Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got what I've melted for the first half of February. Oh my gosh, first half of February 2018. Yeah, I'm gonna say this every time. I don't know where the time's going, but it's going and it's going really fast. So, as I always do try to say, there are many of these melts which are part of Throwback Thursdays or what have you, and if they are, I will, check out Throwback Thursdays or Bath & Body Works candles, check out the Bath & Body Works playlist, things like that. So I won't go into major detail on certain things that I've already done an entire video on, but anyway, we'll start on the candles, which all but one of these were a Throwback Thursday. This one here was not a Throwback Thursday, but it is one of my favorites. I think I still have another one in my collection. I absolutely love this. This is just enough cologne scent for me to tolerate. Actually smells like a man coming out of a shower. Oh man, and it burnt beautifully with very little soot. For a Bath & Body Works candle, very little soot, and burnt right pretty much to the Bath & Body Works bottom. And I really enjoy this scent, and like I say, I have one more, and I might hold on to it next year, and if I decide to chop it up, I might, because if they don't bring this back, oh yeah, it's Peace, which is Ice Vanilla Woods. If they don't bring this back again, then I might have to chunk that up, because that's what I'm tending to do a lot with candles that I don't see come back, that I only have one of. Chunk it up, and then I can savor it for a heck of a lot longer. And then the next three candles are Throwback Thursday candles. This one here is the Vanilla Bean Marshmallow candle from Bath & Body Works. This is a staple. I love this. I have many vanilla type scents, and I think I have another Vanilla Bean Marshmallow from Bath & Body Works, but a bigger size in my collection, in my stash. This is the perfect company candle. It's really not obnoxious and things like that. A lot of people can handle vanilla better than a lot of other scents. Like a lot of people probably wouldn't like that per se, where I do. Vanilla is one of those, like, it's vanilla, right? It's like neutral. It's like Switzerland, right? Okay, so I really enjoyed this. I'm not going to go into major detail on it, but it burnt really, really, really well. I love this jar, this whole line. Loved all the jars. I will likely, obviously, save it for the year, and then perhaps take out what's left of that wax and use that for sorry, my shoulder just popped and use it for like makeup brushes holder and things. The next two things are both from Glade. I'll get both of them out at the same time. One is Glade's Frosting with Love over here, and then we have Glade's Tree Trimming Wonders. Unfortunately for both of these candles, the sooting is crazy, and unfortunately I would say the throw is like a 2 out of 10. Neither of them threw very well. I'd say I probably got more of a throw from the Tree Trimming Wonder than I did from the Frosting with Love. That's in wax melt, or sorry, that's in candle form, but the wax melts performed much better. So as you'll see down the road, there's one wax melt. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But again, I do find that these wax melts from Glade perform really well. The candles so far, not so well. I've actually, yeah, I've burnt three of those candles now out of the 4. Anyway, okay, on to items that I melted, but I didn't completely go through, like the package or the bag or what have you. I will be so sad to see this go, because you guys know, I mean, again, I'm not going to get into this, but because it's such a sensitive subject with so many. But anyway, it really ought not to be. But all I'm saying is that I like Sassy Girl Aroma's wax. I would definitely purchase it in a D-stash to support my friends if they're looking to sell things, and I like it. But Strawberry Rhubarb really brought me back to childhood. This is absolutely amazing. One of those chunks, I got 2 chunks left in this bag. One of those chunks I can split in half. And if I wanted to, that thing could stay in there for the entire day, and just phenomenal throw. It would do really, really well. So there's that. And then my friend Sarah, I purchased this in a D-stash that she was selling. This is a Sassy Girl Aroma. This was a loaf that she chunked up so beautifully. And it's Sweet Lavender Pink Sugar, and I melted this exclusively in my bedroom, and it is a beautiful scent. And she wrote down, I'm assuming she got it in March of 2017. It throws like crazy. Can't say much more about it except that it threw really well. I really, really do enjoy it, and I look forward to melting it again in the future. So the next 3 bagged items are candles, 3-wick candles from Bath & Body Works that I have chopped up. because A, they either had poor burns, or B, I don't have many left of them and I wanted to chop them up to savor it, just sort of like I was mentioning earlier about that peace candle. So anyway, I melted my chopped up red velvet cheer. This was so creamy, so cakey, so divine. And I know I burnt not this particular, oh no, it was because it only came out in this one. I had bought 2 of these and I burnt the red velvet cheer, my other candle, and it burned horribly. So of course I'm going to try chunking it up because I really want to smell like I bought this candle. I want to be able to either burn or melt and have that sense of smell. That the whole reason why I bought it. And actually through chopping it up, economically, it's amazing because you have 14.5 ounces of wax that you can share with your friends or melt all by yourself, things like that. I think it's fantastic. I would never look back. I quite enjoy it. And there's chopping, or I've shown you how I remove the wicks and such on my channel. So anyway, this is very good. I don't recall them bringing this out ever since. It's red velvet cheer. Yeah, it was so good. So there's that. And my friend, she gave me 2 of these candles. It was so sweet. So I chopped up this one because I was just too nervous. I'm like, I'm going to chop it up because I want to be able to savor it again. So this was never in Canada, at least as far as I know here on the West Coast. It wasn't on the West Coast of Canada. I think it was an online exclusive to us in Canada, but of course we pay American dollars and we pay for shipping to come up to Canada, which is ridiculous. Anyway, but my friend, she was so sweet. She even stopped off in my office and she dropped 2 candles off in the car. It was Christmas. It was so sweet of her. And I chopped this up and this was divine. This is like the perfect balance of spruce and mint. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm so happy I chopped this one up. I still have that one whole one. We'll see down the road if I decide to chop that other one up or burn it. I haven't seen that one come out since either. And another one that I'm almost out of, literally at dredges now. Like that's how far it was. Like this once was a bag this big with 14.5 ounces of wax. And now I've got like 5 ounces of wax. It's Mocha Latte Swirl. Such a fabulous candle. It did burn well. Actually, I remember this candle did burn well, but because this is my last one, I'm like, no, I want to be able to savor this on weekends, in the morning. I love my coffee scents on Saturdays and Sundays and some Fridays. When I wake up in the morning. I don't necessarily melt coffee scents in the evening, but the morning time was awesome. I really enjoy this, as you can tell. Oh, it's gonna be so hard, but I know I'm gonna get through this, and I'm gonna really hope that it comes back again. Likely not, because that's just how Bath & Body Works rolls. All right, so now let's go into other wax melts from vendors. And, oh, only one from Walmart that I didn't get through, so like completely through. So, oh my gosh, where have I been? This sugared lavender twist is amazing. And just as everybody says on many of their own channels, this is really, it's a pink sugar, Aquilina's pink sugar dupe. This is beautiful. I used the 2 cubes in my bedroom one time, and I love this. And so you'll see actually, I didn't empty out a lot this month. I really tried diving into some different things and, bagged items and so on and so forth. I really love this, and thankfully my friend was able to pick up more for me. This was absolutely amazing. 100% recommend, especially if you like Aquilina pink sugar type scents. So fantastic. Oh, and Predator from Super Tarts, which is cappuccino and coconut cream pie. This was awesome. I love this, and I'm probably gonna use it next weekend, not this weekend. I already got my melt set out. I already have my melt set out for morning and evening for Friday night, Saturday morning and evening, Sunday morning and evening, and Monday night. I know, it's weird. I'll probably say this till next week, but next weekend, and I also got, my friend Heather and I, we went together on those super pans, and we split a super pan of Predator, so I have lots of this. So I'm glad I do, because that would definitely be repurchased. Clearly I already did, so that would be excellent. I recommend. A couple other coffee type scents, actually, since we're on the topic of coffee. Oops. One is The Office from Super Tarts, and it is described as Vanilla Bean Noel, sugar cookies, and the world's Best Boss coffee, and it's a band bag that I bought. And the other one is Rose Girls Mini Melters and Absolute Coffee. Now I'm gonna give this another weekend. Like, I'm not selling this stuff or anything like that. I'm gonna give it another weekend. They're very similar to my nose anyway. They're very similar, but I think I actually prefer the Absolute Coffee Mini Melters more than the Office, which is a kind of good because the Office is super hyped up, and for good reason. It's a great scent, but if I were to pick between these two, Rose Girls would be my favorite of these two blends of coffee. The Office is always super hyped. Well, it's very hyped up because it's very popular, and it's very hard to get unless you get a pre-order on a Super Pan or Sidekick or something like that. It's really difficult to get your hands on. So, and the Absolute Coffee is on Rose Girls Mini Melters on her permanent line side. So I feel like if I'm going to pick out, if I were to pick out one coffee scent, it would be this one for many reasons. One, I do like the scent more, but I can get this at any time as long as she keeps it on her permanent side. Permanent, yeah, as long as she keeps it on that side. So again, I like both of these. They were both very strong. I don't need very much. I think I did 1.5 mini melters in each of my melters, and like a fairly decent chunk and a little teeny tiny chunk in my melters again for the Office. They both threw really, really well, but I think this Absolute Coffee will be repurchased over the Office. And I'm not dissing the Office, I'm just saying that to my nose, my preference definitely goes to Absolute Coffee from Rose Girls. Okay, so I melted in my bathroom Percy from Super Tarts, and that is Rain and Lemon Curd. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I think I have a clam in this. I think I might have one. I would get this, I'd hesitate to say I almost get it in a Super Pan. This is right up my alley for scents that I like in my bathroom. This is where it was melted when I did have this going. It is a perfect balance. You'd think the lemon curd would just like claw out over the rain, but there's actually a really nice fresh rain scent that I'd say it's a good 50-50 mix when you can when you're melting it, and it's very strong. I've had this in my possession since June, so it's had a lot of cure time. Not that Super Tarts needs much of a cure time at all, but let's see if I can pan down a little bit here. But yeah, so there's that. And then we've got Rose Girls Avo Bath Lush Type Mini Melters. And I believe this is also in her permanent line as well. That did super, super well. I only needed one little cube, and I put it in my little 18-watt plug-in melter in my bathroom, because again, this is the type of scent that I love in my bathroom. And Avo Bath, if you're not familiar, is a lush. It is a lush type, just like this says. It's like lemongrass. Oh, I don't know. It's amazingness. It's like a fruity fresh fruity fresh spa type scent. So I really, really do like that very much. I would definitely repurchase that for sure. I went through now there was 2 of these little coins. It's Rainbow Melts Let It Snow, which is sweet snow taffy, peppermint swizzle sticks, and frosted white cake. Now this package did come with 2. This is part of our holiday sampler. I was able to, because I know Rainbow Melts fairly well, and I know my melters fairly well. So I was able to cut one of these and up, like the other coin that's gone, cut it in half and melt it 2 separate times in my melter in my bedroom. So the throw was really, really good, and I love, there's something about the swizzle sticks, smells so good. I love, and many people do, and I also can attest that peppermint in the bedroom at nighttime is actually really nice. I love peppermint, I love lavender scents, that kind of thing in the bedroom at night. So this was fantastic. I would definitely repurchase this if it were to come back out again for sure. Another Super Tarts, you've seen this before. I was able to purchase, it was actually my first Super Pan that I ever bought. Like, it was a blah 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 D-stash that I bought, and it was an entire Super Pan, and then I cut it up, and this is crisp spearmint leaves paired with clementines, and clementines being oranges, and it's in the Originals scent. And I love it, and I exclusively melt this one as well in my bathroom, so I'll just keep plugging away with that till such time as I get through it. I think I have a clam of this too still. Mandala melts or mandala melts. I melted two separate times. This package did have 2 cauldrons and 2 witches' hats. This is of lavender and coconut milk. Very sophisticated, very relaxing, just as it sounds. Creamy coconut milk and a nice, like it is more of an herbal lavender. Well, let me just see. I don't know. I think it was a more herbal. No. Okay, I take that back. It's more of a sweet lavender, but then with that coconut milk, it's just beautiful. It just rounds it out. This would definitely be repurchased for me, and Mandala Melts is a Canadian vendor as well, so that's awesome. And people, oh my gosh, oh, I finally broke this out. Again, this is part of a D-stash I bought like a year ago, and it's Princess of Wales Roses Milk Glass Overpour, and as you can see, look at that date. It is coming up to 2 years. But this thing throws like crazy. It was almost a full loaf when I got it. And I've shared some with friends, and in D-stashes I've given it out for samples. But there's still plenty of this in this bag. And it does really, really well. And it's strawberry and cream, cake batter, sugar milk roses, and then wild berry cake batter, sugar milk overpour. So this is beautiful. I really like that. So glad I was able to get that in that D-stash. All right. Let's bring over some things that are really, really far away. You know, when I look at it now, okay, I did melt quite a few things as per usual. Yeah. All right, so moving right along. To go with that Glade Frosting with Love candle, of course, I also melted this melt set, like these melts here. And of course, like I mentioned, these melts through like crazy. You need 1 cube. It's quite a large cube compared to Sensational's cubes. As you can see, like look at the size difference. Anywho, this was great. If you can get them on sale after, like, this was after Christmas. I think this one I bought full price. And they are a bit pricey for full price, but when they go on sale, it's even better. So I love this. Highly recommend, would repurchase, and have repurchased. And then we have Mistletoe Kiss. This was a surprise. Like, this really surprised me. I really enjoyed it. There is like a men's cologne scent to it. Almost a little peppery. I don't know what mistletoe smells like, but this is beautiful. Like, it was, like, if it was too much more cologne-y, I think it'd be too much for me. But this was great. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I was a little hesitant when I first started melting it, but it was part of a Throwback Thursday, and I really enjoyed it. So this is a really great surprise for the this first half of the month for sure. This one I found in one of those big bins in Canada when I stumbled into Walmart one day and saw these big bins, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it says made in the USA. I've never seen this. This was beautiful. It was definitely pink sugar, but I will say that the longer it was in my melter, I liked it a little bit less as the longer it went on, because the more it was in my melter and I guess maybe burning off certain oils, I smelt more baby powder. And that, to me, baby powder gets like, makes my back of my throat like dry, like pasty. That sounds weird, but anyway, I like this. I have another clam. I'm happy that I have that one little clam, but I'm glad I didn't go overboard and buy way too many. So I do like that, but it wouldn't be like necessarily my next favorite. This one here is Blackberry Cashmere Mixable Fragrance. I found it in the same bin that I found the Pretty in Pink. Again, it says made in the USA. So half of it's blackberry cider and the other half is cashmere vanilla. Beautiful. I have another pack of this, and I might maybe experiment and just do one side each. Like, now that I've blended these together, they smell amazing together. But maybe that other package I have, I might just melt the blackberry cider on its own and melt the cashmere vanilla on its own. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in, right? Yeah. All right. Okay, we've got Coffee Shop from Goose Creek. I'm very impressed with Goose Creek, to be honest with you. I will say, like, it's a little bit, it was a brownish colored wax. So this is still the newer wax. It's harder, and I didn't have any troubles, you know, but it just shows you some of the oils. This was really good and super strong. But I will say this. I felt like there was more cinnamon in it. Like, you know how you can go to Starbucks and get, say, a latte, and on top of the foam, you can take it and put crap ton of cinnamon on it. That's kind of how it smelled like to me. Borderline too much cinnamon, but overall the coffee experience was beautiful. So I would probably repurchase 1 pack of these again in the future, but it's not something I would go and buy multiples of, I don't think. So that's just my opinion. All right, so Candy Panda, Gingers Have Souls. We know that I don't like that name. Lemongrass and laundry. This threw like crazy. It threw Mama out of the house. I split this, actually, excuse me, hiccups. I split this in half and put 1/2 each time in my bathroom melter, my 18-watt plug-in from Mainstays. So this threw like crazy, but again, it's lemongrass and laundry. So lemongrass is like that Avo bath and things like that. And the laundry, of course, I love laundry scents in my bathroom. So this did really well, but again, and then I will say too, with this one, it lasted longer than my typical Candy Panda of 2 to 3 hours. So I will give it that as well, but I probably won't purchase from Candy Panda again because my experience in my house in the throw in the last, like the throw can be really, really strong for the first couple hours and then nothing. This one had more of a kick likely because of that lemongrass. And like, I'm not joking. Like, I mean, I know I wait for wax, but my friend Sarah and I, we went together on this order and I'm not joking. She and I waited like 12 weeks to get our pre-order. I'm like, 12 weeks. Whoa. Anywho, Mandala Melts, also that's the Canadian vendor I was telling you about earlier, in Alliance. This was part of a package. I think it was for Pride last summer. It was poured in August. This is described as, I found, juicy grapefruit softened with vanilla, and I really like this one. Again, it's actually more creamy. I think there's more vanilla in there than, it says softened with vanilla, but I think it's almost like a really nice creamy roundup. Split this in half, put it in two different melters here. This is great, threw really, really well. I think this is her old wax. Like she changed her wax dynamics after this pour. I think it was in the fall that she changed it, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, this is really, really good. And then we have Rainbow Melts Lavender Bedtime Bath. Lavender and vanilla and chamomile and musk. This is beautiful. Loved it. Threw it like crazy. Split in half. Used it 2 different times in my bedroom. Love it. I can't say enough about Rainbow Melts. Again, all of her stuff throws so well in my house. And here's another one. Lavender white tea. So sweet lavender and white tea. So this is really good. This is part of her like lavender sampler. Again, split this in half 2 different times. Threw like crazy. Loved it. Very relaxing and awesome. Okay, so let's go through these bags really quick because this video is getting super long, so I apologize. What is it? It's like almost 11 o'clock at night on a Friday. Yeah, that's right. I live like a crazy, awesome, like party animal life. You know. I finished Cran Jam from Zape, which is the cranberry, crisp apples, and orange peel. I actually really like this. And I got it in October, but I believe it was part of her September order or September. Anyway, but by the time I physically got it, it was October, and I felt like, again, like it felt like the first melt was pretty good, but the second melt was even better when there were 2 big heart shapes, and really, really good. I love cranberry, so, and it was mostly cranberry and then apple, then orange peel for sure. I would definitely repurchase that in the future if she were to bring that back. Oh, so sad to see this go, but I've got 2 jumbo hearts at a friend's house right now. We're just waiting to fill up a box. It is Vintage Chic Scents, Princess of Monaco, Lemon Marshmallow. And this is part of that same D-stash earlier that you saw, like the milk glass over pour. That, again, this was almost a full loaf when I got it, and I chopped it up, shared some with friends, put some in samples for D-stashes I did, and then I melted quite a bit of it as well, and I fell in love with it. This is probably my favorite lemon marshmallow. I know it is hyped up for good reason, because I'm personally, it throws really well in my house. Lemon, peppermint, barbershop from VCS, coffee from VCS. Those are the types of scents, like the scent types that throw really well regardless of how old the wax is for me from VCS. So anyway, there's that, and I really love that. I have repurchased. You just haven't seen it yet. Then we got Monster Candy from the Bathing Garden, and that smells of watermelon candy, sugar dipped orange slices, and kiwi and cherry mimosas. I didn't get as much cherry, thank God. I'm not huge into cherry, like only a little bit. Definitely, I love the watermelon. This was great. This was this a free sample? I think this, I can't remember if it was a free sample in one of my orders. I can't recall. I'm sorry if I can't remember. Super Tarts. We're going to go fast, guys, because this is going to be a long video. Ocean Breeze Cranberry Sorbet. Love this. Was part of the Advent calendar. Loved it. Very, very good. Northern Lights Pink Sands. Beautiful. Loved it. Melted it in my bathroom because of the blend itself. Sounded just up the bedroom alley, if you will. Perfect. Loved it. Would definitely get that. Wild Berry Stress Relief Candy Canes. Wow, this is good. I put this in my bedroom. It was fantastic and it threw like crazy, and I love candy canes, and the Wild Berry Stress Relief was awesome. Blueberry Amber Leaves. This was okay. It was okay. I'm going to smell this in the bag again. Now, you guys know I'm not a huge blueberry fan. Definitely the leaves. The leaves took, which is good. The amber leaves kind of took over. It kind of, not the same, but like Misery from Super Tarts. Where you've got like, yeah, anyway, I'm not going to go on with that, but yeah, less blueberry, thank goodness for me, but more amber leaves. So that was nice. I don't know if I would purchase that again. I'm not sure. Pink Chiffon Blackberry Balsam. Really good. Very surprising. What a crazy combination. So I really liked it. And my friends Myra and Kyla sent me over White Peach and Clove Drizzle Melts from Swan Creek. Holy crazy. This was insane. Amazing. Smelled exactly like a peach and clove, which I would never have thought to put together, but together they are amazing. Swan Creek, I've had a few, thanks to Myra and Kyla. I've had a few of these, and the brand, and they're really good, and the cubes are huge. You need like one. I've not been strayed. What am I trying to say? I like them. I haven't found one I haven't liked yet. This, of course, is now known as Rockettes Super Tarts Marshmallow Macchiato Chocolate Chip Cookies. This was great. It was great. But I don't know if I would repurchase, to be honest with you. I was super excited when I opened this and I was melting it. But I think I remember when I was melting it going, I like it, but I don't necessarily feel like I need to purchase it in clams next year, whatever. When this is part of her Chrissy melts or Christmas melts, because I would rather do coffee or bakery, but not necessarily. Well, I don't know. Just this blend, it was okay, but it wasn't. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna melt this to see if I'm gonna buy a bunch in a restock or something, and then I melted it and was like, it's all right. I didn't hate it, but it just wasn't my favorite. Oh my gosh. So Valentine's Day, it was just the other day. I decided to melt Cupid's Punch. This was a Dahlia, and I split into 4. So not only did I melt 2 different melts, like I split into 4, so half of it in my living room on Valentine's Day, but they did the other half on the 15th, which was actually just yesterday. And Strawberry Fizzy Pops, fantastic. And it was poured in June. This was fantastic. I know that it's in her restock on the 23rd in one of the samplers. I think it's the sampler with fizzy in it. Anyway, Cupid's Punch, if you have your eye on it, I think it's got the same, it's got Chicago Outfit and something else in there. All have a fizzy note to it. This is great. I would highly recommend this. It threw really, really well too. So if you wanted to even say that for the summertime and like, oh, I love fizzy in summer. Super Tarts, if it were so, I think the rest of it might be, and it was just lemon. To me, my little melter in my bathroom, it was lemon, and that's all I got from it. So it wouldn't be repurchased. It was just a sample, though, so not a big deal. I'll Sweat by Mandela Melts. This is awesome, like your typical like candy canes, candy corn, syrup, blah, blah, blah. It was great. It was part of her Advent calendar. I think all of these are Advent. Oh, I don't know how to say this guy's name. But anyway, this guy from Super Tarts. This was actually, I didn't really get much of a throw on that one, so I don't know. It was a sample. And the next 3 are all from Mandala Melts, and they are all from her Advent calendar. Serendipity Pie, nice and sweet. Grandma's Baking was really, really good. And Stress Relief I used in my bedroom, and I really enjoyed that. So you guys, it's a long video, I'm sorry. All right, you guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in and patiently watching this video. Again, I don't feel like it technically melted through a lot because there's a lot of bags here and that, like here that aren't empty. But I did manage to get through some new things or things I haven't tried in a while and experimenting and things like that. So anyway, you guys, thanks as always for tuning in. Everyone be safe, take care, and have fun.